beautiful people. How are we? Happy Saturday. I was just jumping on to give you the next topic that I was going to chat to you about. It's confidence. So how does your confidence get impacted when you are dealing with workplace bullying, or when you have you just can't deal with it anymore and you realize that your confidence has been affected? I guess the easiest way for me to describe what's happening and how it impacts is, we all know the excitement that we get when we go into a new workplace, and there's lots of possibilities and everything's really new and fresh, and you're kind of that bubbly person and you're happy, you're enjoying yourself. And I guess that, without you kind of realizing, starts to fade. And I guess you don't really realize at the start. Depends on how it kind of works for you and how it happens for you. But it was almost like a fade out effect. I was present, and then I just someone was hitting a fader button where I just kind of went, and then wasn't myself kind of in the end. But I remember, I think I was 2 or 3 years in to a workplace situation, and I realized it was really not doing me any favors, and I became the crying person at work and was labeled the emotional one, and people kept giving me tissues, and I also started feeling sick. So I'd already been in a workplace bullying situation previous, and I'd had anxiety during school. So I kind of knew that was a repeat of that feeling. So I knew something wasn't quite right, but we all kind of make those chats in our head and those conversations with different people where we can't stay, we can't leave. We have to stay because we have bills to pay. We're important in our role. And so I kind of made all of those things up in my own head and was like, no, I need to stay. It'll get better. It'll be fine. And then I remember going, no, this isn't going to be fine. I need to find a way out. And so I started applying for jobs, but my confidence was so low for somehow I was repelling them mentally. And so no one replied to any of my job applications, and I was highly skilled, but it just wasn't happening for me. And I couldn't even really be successful in internal promotions or even just demotions. I was trying to demote myself, and I just wasn't successful because they could see how miserable I was and how affected I have been by something. They didn't know what it was. So I guess that's kind of how it impacted my confidence. And I didn't realize quite so how much it had impacted me until I actually finally got out. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was like I breathed fresh. Oh my gosh. I had taken in fresh air for the first time in such a long time, and it felt really good. But it also made me realize, oh my gosh, I need to work on me and work on my confidence. And that's what I have been doing for the last 2 years, is kind of bringing myself back to life. And I guess if my message kind of reaches 1 or 2 people, to kind of bring yourself back to life sooner than don't let yourself get to that point after 5, 6, 7, 8 years of having to kind of just cope and get through. Confidence is more than just being happy and kind of putting your best self forward at work. It's inner confidence and inner peace, I guess, is probably a good way to describe it. So I guess how did I build my confidence? I concentrated on exercise and diet. I took the necessary steps that I needed to. So I ended up going to see a psychologist. I ended up working for myself, which worked out quite well for me. I ended up being able to give back to the community and help with people. And I also was able to, get married. So that was really exciting for me. But I implemented all of these things, and so that I could start the long recovery back to being me and back to, I guess, my confidence and being able to be myself and be okay with that, and know that people may judge me, but their judgment isn't going to hurt me, and I don't need to let them get to me. So I just want to make a call out to anyone that's struggling with their confidence or is struggling with a workplace bullying situation. You are not alone. It is not going to be forever, and you can definitely put things in place to be able to get back to you. Whoever you want to be, you can be that person. And if you need any help or any suggestions, make sure you just reach out to me or your support network, but feel free to comment, then I can get back to you that way, or even DM me and we can start up a conversation. But I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Have a great Saturday night, and thank you so much for listening. Bye guys.